Hey everyone, it's baze.djunkiii transmitting from Hamburg, Germany, back with a new video, and well, back with a new unboxing video, quick and dirty, because I received mail recently. Another envelope coming in from the UMLAND Records camp, a label located in Essen run by Simon Camatta and his crew, like originating from a jazz-oriented realm kind of, but having expanded into like electroacoustic realms, into like more instrumental hip-hop things, into like big orchestra productions and stuff, and now they've sent me a new envelope a few days ago, and I thought, well, I could unbox this today, but if I look a little bit weird and my eyes look a little bit watery, I just survived like a monster epic sneezing attack out of nowhere. Sometimes I have those, and well, it takes me a few minutes or a few more to fully recover from those because, well, they are like extended. I guess I inherited that from my father's side because he's like, or used to be a guy when he starts to sneeze is like, well, it goes on for quite a few minutes, so this is like a treat I like inherited genetically from him, I guess. And yeah, let's dive into this quick and dirty. Had like a little bit of a interesting ride home today from the vinyl warehouse because maybe you've seen that on my Twitter or Instagram. If not, if you're not following me, links are down there in the description box. The trains weren't running in Hamburg once again because they found like a World War II bomb like near to a like tram station, which is the next one, the next stop after the one I have to get off, and therefore they didn't run the train, so I jumped on a ferry basically, which you can do in Hamburg, and used that one as a public transport device, which went pretty quickly actually. I had like anticipated I had to walk through that tunnel and like through that industrial harbor area I've been taking you on in the very, very early days of my channel, like on a trip walking from my place, I guess, through that harbor area, through that tunnel and stuff. This was like in the very beginning of this channel, like in 2015 or so. But well, I took the ferry, and yeah, it took me not that much longer to arrive at my place. And now let's dive into this, and we have some weird stuff in there, which I've already been feeling, I guess, when I had this envelope in my hand. So let's take this out. And now we got an empty envelope and like a bunch of albums here, which is way more than I expected, I guess. From the weight I was thinking like 2, and what we got here is like a dice and one what we call in Germany Hütchen. This is like I don't know if this is like a special gem common with one of these releases, but those Hütchen, this little figurine, usually is part of a like board game which you can play with 4 persons called Mensch ärgere dich nicht. I don't know if there's any like proper English translation for that, but basically you have 4 of those, I guess, and you have to walk in a circle and try to arrive home back again, and well, people can kick you out, and like, well, a child's game, but I don't know if that's is coming with, seemingly it's coming with one of those releases. So what we got here is a little letter. It just states, hello, please enjoy our new releases. And a bit of a more extended press info, which states that there is 3 releases actually. So what we got in the first place is, let me have a look. Sorry for putting things up on top of other things. Game Changer. So this is like an orchestra thing, I guess, with like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 participants, including Florian Walter, Jan Klare, and Achim Zepezauer, which are both like from the more like the inner core of the label. Achim Zepezauer definitely had a solo release, and so had the other 2. And there's also Julia Brüssel, Maria Trautmann, and Oliver Siegel involved. Violin, saxophone, another like brass instrument, trombone, I guess, probably synthesizer and electronics. So this is like design-wise, a like kind of reference to that board game I talked about earlier. So this is like usually the color of the board, and then you have those like dots which represent yeah, your home base basically, and calling this game changers might be well appropriate and suitable because, well, it's a game and that game changes a lot, I guess. But let's have a look what the CD looks like. Also another like proper reference. I definitely see what they did there. And musically, this is, oh, it's a society for putting things on top of other things. So not sorry for, but society for. Now it makes way more sense. This is like a conglomerate, I guess, of artists who have been like coming from the outskirts of the Dorf, which is one of the main bands on the UMLAND Records label. And they did like a text, like a proper text about the quality of music, and they also like commissioned like compositions for each other, and the like result of that is that album, I guess. So this is like a collaboration and like a multi-connected thing, I guess the group did. So this could be like very all over the place with people coming from different aspects of the genre, with some coming from an electronic background and maybe commissioned like a composition for like a violin player or whatever. So this might be musically all over the place, but in as a whole like a proper, like suitable and well coherent collaboration and conglomerate, I think. The next one is Arcade. Bring you 10 evergreens in stereo. This is UMLAND Records 56. A trio consisting of Jan Clara on saxophone, Luc X on bass guitar, and Onno Govert on drums. The theme of this album is ripping off, so this could be interesting, like in terms of cover versions maybe. Third disc by the band, and it's well, bass guitar, punk referencing drums, and a replaying by Jan Clara. A trip through primitive complexity, psychedelic spaces, and walls and rock architecture. So, and everything is about 83% mature. So this sounds interesting. The album artwork is somewhat 70s referencing, maybe even 60s. Definitely some space age vibe in there. So this is the front. This is the back, and I love those old vintage machines and like technological electronic devices, which are also featured in here. So we'll see what that is, but I could imagine there's some beat, rock, whatever things, maybe some psychedelic pop as well. Ooh, almost lost it here. And also the CD is very pretty. And Arcade, this must be Rocket, I guess, in terms of pronunciation. So this sounds very epic and cool. So I really like this, like from the design aspect also, and it reminds me when I look at these like seemingly more like what's supposed to be a tunnel or like a barrel of a gun or something. This evokes memories of a long-gone Berlin-based label called Bungalow, which also did like these Sushi 2002 to 4004 compilations, which were like dealing with Japanese club pop back in the late 90s. So this has also the tone of the orange has some kind of like Bungalow-esque vibe when it comes to the label. And the last one is 1000 Plays OCG. Also with Jan Clara involved, with 3 other collaborators, and OCG is short for the Orchestra Composers Jazz, or the Jazz Composers Orchestra, if you want to put it backwards. This is a quartet, and 1000 is the act definitely, or the band's or the quartet's name or the group's name. And they have done an album which is interesting, 1000 anthems to work on a good end, which is containing only national anthems, mainly from Afghanistan and Cambodia. So this could be conceptual jazz. I don't know. This looks like wood. So is the OCG probably a band I'm not aware of? Might also be. So here's the artwork. Flip it like this. And as the Jazz Workshop, Jazz Werkstatt is named or like quoted down here, I think this is definitely some proper jazz album. In a way, in some way or the others. Looks like this. And the the CD definitely looks like this to give you a like proper look. And we got a total of 12 tracks on here, all composed by one of the group's members, I guess. So I presume this is like proper jazz. And there is 2 tracks or songs or pieces on here which are traditionals from one is from China and one is from Myanmar, I guess. So from the Asian realm. So very curious what that is. We'll review those on my website, nightstale.ce. Link as always down in the description box, I guess. And if you like this one, if you have any idea about what those are, like, please leave me a message, leave me a comment, and let me know down in the comment section. Otherwise, yeah, check out that thing down there for forthcoming DJ dates. The next show is on Radio Flouka, I guess, on Thursday, December 1st. From 2200 Paris time onwards, I'm gonna play some like minimal techno, minimal house, minimal funk stuff, and after that, the next BETA-ZERFALL is coming up as well on 16th of like December on a Friday in Kiel once again. So Bass Junkie out for now. See you on the next one.